and they've been working on it like crazy. All kinds of fresh mud on top. I found my decoy. What the hell brought it way down here? Guess we're just gonna let them have it. There's not much left to it. Got my own homemade lure here for catching swarms. That dog's the best tool to bring out here. He just let me know there's beaver in this house. Like that right there. He knows there's beaver in there. Here we go. Welcome to the Beaver Retriever channel, and we're gonna start out this week with checking out my beaver farm pond. I got my house is right over here, and this is out my front yard, so I wanted to show you my beaver pond. So this pond used to be just over right there, and was never water here. And now the beaver have run out of hardwood there. You see how it's all softwood along there, but then you come over here and it's all hardwood. They have now made the dam bigger over here, changed the flow of the water coming this way, and now they've made a new dam here, trying to get them to this hardwood over here. They've made their own new pond. Yeah, so it's been pretty cool watching these beaver, and this year is the best year yet. They've been out all the freaking time pretty much. We got a little twitch trail right here. You see all that grass all beat it down right there. They've been coming in and out right here, trying to make up their plans. They're trying to head for these freaking hardwood. Another good trail. And beaver have been freaking busy. Yeah, so I'm able to live with these beaver, no problem. I just fenced off some trees that I didn't want them to chew down. Simple piece of chicken wire. They can't chew through metal. They can chew through wood, but they can't chew through metal. So I put up some fencing on apple trees, which they love, and popple trees, and there's a rock maple over there I did. They haven't touched them, so that's pretty cool. There's a big old castor mound. They've been working right here. More castor mound on top of the rock. So here's the beaver house right here, and I put a satellite dish on it the other day to make a funny short that'll be coming out on July 4th. Make sure you stay tuned July 4th and check out this short I got of this beaver house and what I did. Hump right here behind the dog right there, and then they got this house. This is the original house, and they've been working on it like crazy. All kinds of fresh mud on top. So what the cool thing is I got a game camera up right here. Yeah, so let's check out that game camera footage right now and watch them work on their house. Yeah, that was pretty cool. So them freaking beaver, they're freaking hard workers. We're gonna continue around, tour of my pond here, and then we got another game camera we're gonna go check up out in the field. So here's a trail going up to another boggy area. So a couple of years ago they actually moved up above right here and made their own new pond. That was pretty cool. And then the year after that we went into a drought. That place dried up, so they come back down to my farm pond. So been pretty cool watching them. Here's next year's firewood right here. Every fall I go through and cut up anything they didn't end up retrieving. Any trees they cut down. There's a bunch out back that old pond up above right there. But this fall I'll go out there and grab what I can for firewood. And here's their other beaver dam. This is the way the water flow used to go. I was reading about right there. Used to flow over, go down. Now they got a dam that starts right here. This is a freaking long dam. Goes all the way over to there. I like it. They're making a great freaking setup here. So I'll leave them here as long as I can, and once they move out I'll see if I can't relocate some more into here. And that's what it was. I relocated these guys into here. I'm a nuisance beaver trapper. Had a customer wanted me to live trap them and relocate them, so I asked the wardens if I could put them in my farm pond. They said no problem. They're still here. This will be 6 years. This July will be 6 years these beaver have been here. All right, now we're gonna walk out and check out a camera I got on a mirror and a turkey decoy. I got both my turkeys this year, so I left up my turkey decoy and put a mirror and a camera at it to see if a tom turkey would attack that mirror or critters trying to attack that decoy. Hell, this is where I had my decoy. Something freaking stole my decoy. Yep, and I'd put some feathers in the decoy though, so damn, that sucks. Yep, my decoy is gone. It looks like something has been after that mare. I'll have to remember to anchor that down a little better next time. Yeah, no decoy. I wonder what the hell took off with it. Alright, so let's check out this footage, see what happened to my freaking decoy. Hopefully it's on here. I'm hoping to find my decoy somewhere around here. No, black, should stick right out. Oh sweet, there it is. Nice. I found my decoy. What the hell brought it way down here? That's freaking funny. So I'm gonna put this back over in the hunting blind, so it'll be there for next year. Yeah, well that sucks. The batteries must have died before whatever grabbed my decoy took off, because all I got was them ravens attacking the mare. Yeah, so that bums me out that I didn't get whatever grabbed that turkey. So I'm gonna go grab my other camera that we had on the beaver house, and we're gonna put 2 cameras up on that decoy. We'll go back out there, put the decoy back up, stuff as many feathers as I can up inside that decoy, and see if we can't catch something attacking it. Trying to set this up perfect. Trying to figure out just where to put my cameras and the decoy to hopefully catch this on freaking camera, because this keeps happening to me over and over and over and over. So eventually I'll buy some better cameras. So these were the cheapest cameras I could buy a couple years ago. I bought a bunch of them, so I definitely need to upgrade, but don't have the money to be spending on this right now. All right, we got the decoy all ready. Put some extra feathers in it, and put a bunch of feathers inside of it, so hopefully whatever attacked this will do it again. Probably won't, but we're gonna try. So all right, there we go. We got our turkey decoy pointing this way, so hopefully something will. There's a little bank right there. Hopefully something will try to like stalk it from behind. We got a camera there and a camera here. So all right, so I'll check this hopefully by the end of the week, and we'll see if we can get some better footage over here. All right, today we're gonna try to blow over this tree right here with an airbag. So we got 2 airbags. We're gonna bore a hole right through that tree with a chainsaw and try to ignite airbags and see what happens. It's on top. I think we're better off on top. This one on top of that one.
You see that water.
All right, we got it all set up and got it all wired in, and we're gonna sit back, and we're probably back, I don't know, 50 feet or so we should be good. Now, let's see what happens. 3, 2, 1, fire in the hole! Nothing! All right, well that didn't work. All right, so take 2. We're gonna try putting some Tannerite in that tree and try blowing it up. One way or another, this tree's coming down without cutting all the way through it. All right, here we go. 1 pound of Tannerite versus a dead pine tree. Let's see what happens. 3, 2, 1, fire in the hole! Missed it.
3, 2, 1, fire in the
That was freaking awesome. That's what we try to do here in Maine for fun on a random day. Yep, so today we learned that an airbag cannot blow up trees. So I think we can lift stuff, but I don't think we can blow stuff up. So that's how we learn. Gotta try. That was pretty cool. We did get the Tannerite and get it to blow up. So that's cool. So today we're checking on a beehive. I got a log beehive here, and the bees did not survive the winter, unfortunately. And now today we got all kinds of bees coming and going. But I'm not sure if they're robbing honey out of there or if they actually swarmed from another hive and moved in. I almost think they're robbing the old honey out of it. I'm gonna keep an eye on it. Nothing really to do about this one. I might be able to plug it off, keep them out, but. So I'm gonna go up and check out my other hive too. Yeah, so I got another hive over here. It definitely looks like they're robbing honey. big time. Like, I think I'm gonna pick this hive up. Definitely think they're stealing honey. That sucks. So I think it's robbing, because look at all the material on the out front of that hole of them leaving. It's all waxed. They've been cutting off, taking all the honey. Probably don't need the bee suit, but I'm still wearing my bee suit. Got robbing the hell out of this place. Yeah, there's no honey left in any of this. They cleaned it all out. I guess we're just gonna let them have it. There's not much left to it. I was gonna close it all off, but there's no honey left. I've already taken it all today along. That makes their hive a little bit stronger, and hopefully it'll swarm, and when it swarms, hopefully it'll swarm to this one. Sucks, my bee. Oh, freaking frame came right out of that. All right, we're gonna put this back in there with some rubber bands. So when some bees do move in here, they still have all this comb to work with. That's what I'm thinking. That does suck. They robbed all my honey out of it. I do have one hive still in the barn that I kept sealed up so they wouldn't steal any honey. So I do have that one, but I should have done the same thing to these ones. Oh well. All right, well that's my first robbing experience I've ever had. Never had bees robbing hives, but these guys died off, so now this hive wasn't protected. All right, that's it for today. All right, today we're out in the field trying to get the plowing done for the pumpkin patch. Pretty sure it's still going to be too wet, but we're going to give her a whirl. We got the plow. Luckily, it's pretty freaking muddy over there, so I hook a chain to it and drag it out. Process. That's all I've gotten done. I've probably been 2, maybe 3 hours so far, so we're only getting them 2 blade widths at a time. So I'll run over this with a disc harrow here probably tomorrow or next week sometime, probably next week sometime. Well, the plow's broken, hit her freaking raw. This is supposed to be up higher, and this is supposed to be welded to that. So this is all way up higher than the other blade. I just noticed it wasn't doing a very good job. Let's see if we can't tweak it back straight. I'm gonna jack up this and try to pry down on that best I can. It's gonna work. That, gotta weld that, pound that over, weld it on pretty good. Really helps when you can do this stuff yourself. We're gonna grind it off, make it clean, and start welding. It broke up there too. Son of a bitch. Alright, so we ended up putting a bolt in it there. No man came over, hang out. Got me convinced to put a bolt in it. We'll bolt down here and weld it probably. Yeah, that's nice when you can fix stuff yourself. I'm glad I'm a do-it-yourselfer. I can mechanic, I can weld, I can do carpentry, I can farm, I can butcher, I can do it all. Alright, so we're going to take a break for a minute, and we're going to get right out there and keep plowing. We're probably halfway, maybe a little over halfway. Probably get another 2-3 hours at it. Yeah, so I started using the bee smoker a few years ago just to keep the bugs down without having to wear a bunch of bug spray. And it freaking works. Just got to keep the smoker going good. Granted, I smell like smoke at the end of the day, but I'd rather smell like smoke than having to wash some chemicals off of me. Alright, let's see if my fix works. plow was, it was a 1-blade plow, and my father customized it into a 2-blade plow. He bent this piece here, figured out everything he had to do, and he made it into a 2-blade plow. So that's pretty cool. That's where I get a lot of my ingenuity from. Today we're going to take this harrow and go over where I had my pumpkin patch last year. Since it's already been tilled up the previous year, it should disc harrow fairly good. Hammer down while the sun's shining. Try to get these things ready. I want to be planting hopefully in a week. Alright, let's see how this goes. So I've got to go over it a few times before it really breaks it up. Looking better back there. Yeah, well, we ran out of gas, so I've been running that farm all day. Yeah, so I'm gonna run town and get gas for that right now, just so I can go park it under, but I think I'm done for the day. We'll do that again probably the end of next week, and then hopefully planting. Oh, what do I figure? Probably about 10-11 days from now I should be planting some seeds. Alright, today we're putting out some of my bucket swarm traps. So try to pick one of these trees right here on the edge, just inside the wood line, set it up. Fun to go check them. As a trapper, I love checking traps. So this is we call it a swarm trap. It's not really a trap, it's just a home for us, the honeybees to move into. All right, so we're gonna put that bee trap right on this tree right here. So I got my own homemade lure here for catching swarms. So you can just use lemongrass oil is what most people use, but they make this like swarm commander stuff, and I actually made some of my own stuff. Alright, yeah, swarm trap number 1. Alright, so I'm going to put some lemongrass oil right here in my hive too. I know they've already been here, already smells like that, but I'm still going to put a little bit in the top of it. And try to clean out the hive. I'm going to scrape all this stuff right out. Forward. Broken mouse excluder, but it does still work, so it must be shaken before I use it. I'm gonna throw a ratchet strap around it here just in case the bears show up. So we had a bear last year. Ripped into this hive before I had any bees in it. Alright, yeah, that's it. Alright, now we're going to go from bee stuff to back to that field. We're going to get out there in the farm hall and try to do some more rounds of the disc harrow. I think a little bit more on the lower section will be pretty good. And then maybe we can start trying to do that area we plowed already. Yeah, I think that came out pretty good yesterday, but I think one more once over will make it look that much better. I'll get it that much more turned over. So get rid of all the grass. I don't want no grass in the pumpkin patch. Shear off right here. Alright, well that's it for today. So tomorrow we're gonna go trap some beaver. I got my first nuisance beaver job there for the summer. Oh, we actually got 3 different places we gotta go set up tomorrow, so that's pretty cool. So So follow me along, we'll go set it up. Alright, today we're headed out to do my first nuisance beaver job for the season. So I thought I'd trap myself out of a job. I ain't got no nuisance beaver jobs in a month, so usually I'm hammering the beaver this time. But first we got to make up some new Castor lure. So I used up the last of my Castor lure there at the end of the trapping season, so we're gonna cut up a bunch of old castors here and some fresh castors and put some glycerin oil to it, and then we'll put some maple syrup to it. Kind of my extra I put to it. So we're just gonna cut up a bunch of this Castor and put it in that jug and add them oil and maple syrup. Oh, and some oil sack oil. I add some of that too. Alright, I got some in there. We're gonna put some of this oil in there. A little bit of my maple syrup. I make maple syrup, so we got an old jug here. We're put a little bit in there, not a lot. We got some oil sack oil we saved towards the end of the season. And we're gonna put a little bit of that in there too. That is a good concoction. Yeah. That smells pretty good. Yeah, that smells damn good. Very good. Eventually I'll have to get back to these skulls. These are all done and ready. These are some beaver skulls I've been working on. Them come out nice and white. Them come out nice. Very nice. Alright, we're gonna start getting all my traps ready here. I'm actually gonna take the time and set them one by one so they're all preset. Safeties are on. So when I show up the flowage and all the bugs and shit start fucking swarming me, I can just grab my traps, figure out where I'm gonna set, and get the frig out of there. Got to see some beaver. Going through withdrawal. It's been a month since I've trapped. I'll probably bring about 16 of these. So we got 15 more to go. Alright, we're all ready. We got 16 honeybees all set and ready to go. And we just grabbed 6 footholds. So we got 22 traps to work with up there. So 3 flowages, that should be more than enough. Alright, we made it to where the nuisance beaver job is. But first I want to go look at these apple trees out here. See if I see any honeybees. This is quite a ways from civilization. And I've never seen a honeybee up this area. So let's go check, see if there's a wild hive somewhere, maybe. There's a hummingbird up in it. Oh, these went off that way. Yeah, hummingbird doing its job. Plenty of other pollinators out there. Don't just need honeybees for pollinating. Plenty of other birds and bugs that mess with them to keep them pollinated. Yeah, well, I don't see any honeybees on that one. We're gonna come over and check out this little cluster and then we'll get to work. We gotta go set some traps. I didn't see any honeybees. So, wish there was. Alright, so here's the nuisance beaver problem. There's a culvert right here. Alright, we're just gonna grab 3 traps and head with it. And then we're gonna probably try to walk all the way around this flowage. So, best way to do a nuisance job. Walk all the way around it, find the best places to set, make sure everything counts. Yeah, there's their house. It seems active, but I'm not seeing nothing real good. Like, I think they might be up above that culvert. Yeah, definitely fresh sign. That's fresh mud right there pushed up. Hopefully find some good channels on that other side, set some traps. Yeah, I don't know. This is a tough one because I definitely don't think there's beaver here. They would have been working on this house. We're definitely not going to set anything down below before I go for a quick walk up above. Sometimes these can be challenging. Yeah, I think they're living up here somewhere. Let's have that feeling. Maybe not. I don't know. Yep, definitely nothing up above here. So it's just a trickle coming up through here, not even held back anywhere. So I definitely think there's maybe a lone beaver that just moved into that house below. That's why I'm not seeing any fresh sign, or I don't know. We're gonna set it up for sure. So let's go back and set a couple traps. All right, we're gonna make this spot right here work. First trap. Right there. Alright, so we'll set a couple of traps up above right here. The culvert they're plugging up. And then we'll set a couple of traps down below. So 4 traps, I'd be happy. So that's our goal here. Try getting 4 traps. Safety's on. Good. Looks like it should work pretty good. They should want to dive right under right there. Yeah. Nice. Alright, on to the next trap. This is a wicked nice spot right here. Narrowed right up right between these trees. And I definitely think there's a beaver here. The dog's been on this house. I don't know what he's doing now, but he's been up here listening. Like he could hear something down in there. Best tool you can bring is that dog. But there's somebody out there that say you shouldn't bring your dog. I've already had that. I had that a long time ago on here. Somebody's saying I'm obviously not a professional trapper because I brought my dog with me. Holy shit, dog's the best tool to bring out here. He just let me know there's beaver in this house. Like that right there. He knows there's beaver in there. There's definitely beaver there. He don't act like that when there's no beaver. He can hear him and smell him. That beaver will come right through there. Cast him out right up here. Oh, there's a couple pieces right there. Nice. Yeah, that should be a good spot. Traps right there. Put a little bit of castor right here. Grab my fishing pole and try wetting the line real quick. Over to the wood line and see if we can't find a worm or two. No worms. Oh yeah, I do. Nice. Look at that. First place we checked, we found a worm. Alright, see if there's any fish here. You never know. We catch a nice little brookie. Alright, that's it for fishing. I didn't catch nothing there, so we'll see what it looks like at the other two bogs I'm trapping at. Maybe we'll try some fishing there or stop on some brooks on the way home and try fishing them on the way home. Alright, here's beaver job number 2. They got water right into the road right here. Yeah, definitely some beaver. Whoa, shit, frog. Definitely some fresh beaver sign here. A lot more fresh sign here than there was that last one. Possible first spot right here, maybe. That is some fresh sign. The leaves ain't even wilted yet. They just cut that down last night. Let me get a trap in right here. Alright, I think I'm gonna set a trap right here. That should be good right there somehow. That's gonna go right down in there. Oh, nicely. That. Like that. Castor right here. Yeah, look at this freaking channel right here. Oh, that's freaking nice. Alright, traps right there. Pretty good channel going through here, so I'm gonna throw a couple of sticks in this thing real quick. Yeah, nice. They'll come right through here, dive under that. So we're gonna put some castor right behind it right here. Alright, so that's set number 2 in. So we're gonna go back to the truck, get a couple more sets. But we're gonna finish walking along the side and just see if I can see a couple more good spots, set some traps. Alright, this is trap number 3. Nice little spot. Beaver's already been hanging out right there. Already a natural dive right there. So I put my trap right in front of that. Should be good. I'm gonna set that very first spot I was talking about. Yeah, just like that. Throw some mud up here. Castor in here. We'll be done with this one. Alright, we found problem spot number 3. Water coming across the road right up here. Yep, definitely beaver here. Bunch of fresh white sticks here. All over the place. That's freshly chewed. So, I'm going to get a trap in right here, I think. Alright, we're done with this place. So, battery's dying with the GoPro, so that's it for today. We got 3 jobs set up, so we won't be checking these traps until the next week's episode. So make sure to stay tuned in next week to see what I catch around here. Today we're headed up to check that game camera that we checked at the beginning of the week. Been freaking pouring this one, and I mean pouring. There's the water running out of the field right here. Yeah, we'll see if anything else attacked my decoy or not. Oh, yep, it definitely did, because here's the decoy. Right back in the same place it was the other day. Hopefully we got some footage this time of what the hell is going on with this decoy. We'll see what the hell happened here. So let's check it out right now. Yeah, that's funny. I didn't think it was the raven taking off with the freaking decoy. So, the mystery was solved. So now we're gonna check on some skulls. I've been working on some beaver skulls. I think they're all ready. I'm look all nice and bleached. I'm gonna take them all out and start gluing the teeth in. Yeah, look how far a beaver's tooth goes up into its mouth. That's quite a ways. Same with the lower jaw. Yeah, look how far that tooth comes out of there. That's crazy. And that is iron. That is why it's orange, is it's got iron in it. So that way when they're chewing on trees, this white is softer than that it sharpens itself. This wears away before that iron piece, so it makes these things razor sharp. They always growing too. These teeth are continuously growing all the time. If they don't chew on wood, their teeth would just keep growing into their mouth. So we're gonna let them skulls dry for a little while, and then I'll start gluing the jaws back together and gluing teeth in, and then they'll be all ready to sell. While we're waiting for them to dry, let's go check out the beaver pond. Yeah, these beavers have been hard at work. Look at this. They got it dammed all the way over to here now. The original pond used to be only right there. It's been cool as hell watching them make this pond though. There's the beaver right there. Walking over here, they got a freaking trail coming out of the pond right up here. So behind Sable right here. Right, Sable dog? You making some friends with the beaver? Hey, beaver. Come here. Come over here. Come here. Come here. No. Yeah, you can just call me the crazy beaver guy. I'm out here talking to my beaver every freaking day. They're freaking funny as hell out here. Where's he gonna come up this time? Oh, right there. Hey, buddy. Hey, what are you doing? You being a good beaver? Right? Okay. Working pretty hard on the dam over here. Right, buddy? You working hard out there? Freaking beaver right there. Stalking me. Need some Jaws music. Doo-doo, doo-doo. Yes, he's right freaking there. That is the closest you've ever come to me, buddy. See? I'm okay. Have I hurt you yet? I might have killed about 1,000 of your comrades, but I haven't hurt you. Attack of the beaver right here. Holy shit, this guy is gonna attack me. Where is he? Right there. That's funny. Alright, let's watch the beavers work on their dam right here. Freaking bugs landing on my fucking face, so I had to itch and he saw it. That sucks. So I guess I'm just gonna have to move. Yeah, that's been awesome watching that. So I've been sitting over in my house watching this, and he's been going all the way over to this other shore, way over there, to get his scoops of mud and coming back. And that's the way they're trying to extend the pond. It's almost like these things freaking know that they can dig out that way. They want to make the pond that way. When you got the material right here, all this grassy, rooty stuff they could be getting up through here, and he's swimming all the way to the other side of the pond. Oh, there he is right there. So he's ready for me to get the hell out of here. He wants to finish working on his dam. Been freaking fun. So this is my entertainment. So got this and the dogs. This is freaking funny. All right, so these skulls are taking forever to dry right here. So I'm gonna put them in the house next to the wood stove. Start the wood stove for a minute, and sometime this evening we'll start gluing some teeth in. Show you that process. So we got a couple of these skulls all dry and ready. So I'm just gonna take out the teeth here. I'm just going to use regular super glue. So I'll put a little bit of super glue on each one of these teeth. Push it back down in. That should be good. These teeth, I'm just going to put a little dab right here on the inside. Yeah, this is my first done beaver skull. That's freaking awesome. So, nice. Hopefully in the next week or so I'll be able to get all of these beaver skulls done. Well, I hope you enjoyed this week's episode. Make sure to stay tuned in next week for more adventures with the Beaver Retriever.